Let's take a look at Tanjong Katong Girls Prelim 2022, Paper 1, Question 11. A particle traveling in a straight line passes through a fixed point O with a velocity of 18 meters per second. The acceleration a meter per second square of the particle t second after passing through O is given by a equals to -4 e raised to the power of -0.2 t. The particle comes to instantaneous rest at the point R. Part 1. Find an expression for the velocity v meter per second of the particle in terms of t. We are given acceleration, and part 1, we are asked to find velocity. So you are given acceleration. To find velocity, that's going to be an integration. So I'm going to write integration of -4 e raised to -0.2 t. Remember, this is a function in t. I'm going to write as dt. Next, let's integrate this expression here. I'm going to copy exactly the same expression divided by coefficient of t, which is -0.2. Remember, integration do not have a limit here. Then you have to insert plus c. So let me simplify -4 divided by -0.2 over here. So what I'll be getting is 20. And then I will check the question. I have highlighted when you pass through point O, you are given a velocity of 18. That means when you insert time at 0, v will be 18. So we'll do that to find c. V value, insert as 18. And time, we're going to insert as 0. So 0 times this one is going to be 0. So this one is going to be 20 times 1. Shift it over. C value is -2. Let me write it again. Therefore, velocity is equals to 20 e raised to the power -0.2 t minus 2. Okay, so we have done part 1 of the question. Part 2, show that a particle reaches R when t equals to phi ln 10. So I have also highlighted at point R, the particle will be at rest. So we're going to take velocity answer over here to do our part 2. When I do velocity equal to 0, when particle is at rest. So let me put 20e power -0.2 t minus 2 equals to 0. Let's solve exponential equation. I'm going to move 2 first. So I have equal to 2. Then I move 20. So 2 divided by 20 will give me 0.1. And I'm going to take ln both sides. Ln 0.1 and last step. Okay, so remember to look at the question. They want you to put as 5 ln 10. So what happened here is I can rewrite this one as -1 over 5t, and I can also write it as 1 over 10. I'm going to show you in detail how I'm going to shift it. So next step, this one I see as divide t times 1 divided by -5. So I'm going to multiply -5 to the right hand side. And one more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this to 10 power -1. Okay, so what happened next step is that I'll bring the power -1 front. So 95 times 91 is going to be a +5. So I have 5 ln 10 as my answer over there because I will need to show. Okay, so part 2 is done. Let's look at part 3. Calculate the displacement of the particle from O when the particle is at R. With the time at R, which is phi ln 10, so to find displacement, we need to do an integration of velocity. And let me erase this part over here. Now let's take a look at part 3 over here. We have displacement. I'm going to write it as S equals to, we're going to find displacement from O to R. So I'm going to do an integration from O, from 0 to R. It's a time over here. So I'm going to insert 5 ln 10. Integration of this, 20e power -0.2 t minus 2. Remember this function in t. I'm going to write dt over here. Next, let's integrate this one. Copy the entire expression. Divide by coefficient of t, which is -0.2. Integrating constant, you'll get 2t. Placing this one at the back here. Let me simplify 20 divided by negative 0.2 first. That will give me a negative 100. And next step, we're going to insert this pi ln 10 first. And minus. Now you be careful when you insert 0, okay? Because not every time when you insert 0, the expression will give you 0 as an answer. So let's just insert 0 in here, okay? I'm going to do this multiplication of 0, so it will get 0 here, but this expression is not 0, okay? So next one here, I'm going to do 2 times 0. If you know it's 0, you can insert 0. I'm just letting you know to be a bit careful, okay? The whole expression contains some value over here, so make sure you type your calculator to find a final answer. So the final answer, when I type my calculator, is going to be a 67.0 meter in 3SF. So that's all for part 3 of kinematic question.